If you can place your hand over your heart, I will read our scriptures. Psalms 19, verses 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgment of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. It is a privilege and honor to introduce the speaker tonight. I'm going to say a few words and get out of the way. This is a woman of God. She comes from a family that has lived for God. When I look back and see her heritage, I see her daddy in her, and I see her mommy in her too. It is time for a little bit of honey with a phenomenal speaker, Kimberly Tiemann.
Gates and gatekeepers are mentioned often in the Bible. Gatekeepers were an important part of maintaining order in ancient cities. Heavy gates were set within walls to allow access to the city. It also kept out and guarded against things that was not wanted in the city. A gatekeeper had to be trustworthy and had to be alert for any sign of trouble. A gatekeeper lax duties could bring ruin upon an entire city. Now, the Bible tells us that King David and Samuel appointed 212 gatekeepers for positions of trust in guarding the temple of the Lord. Chronicles speaks of the 4 principal gatekeepers that were named for their family leaders. They were assigned by families for guard duty at various gates. But get this, they were assigned without regard for age or training. Now, the responsibility for the east gate went to Melchemiah and his group. The north gate was assigned to Zechariah. He was a man of unusual wisdom. The south gate went to Obed-Edom, and Shuppim and Hosea were assigned the west gate. Now, we do know that biblical names had meanings, so I want to look at their meanings a little bit deeper. Melchemiah means peace or perfection of the Lord. Zechariah, the man with unusual wisdom, meant the Lord has remembered. Obed-Edom simply means a servant. Shuppim was a border marker. Hosea meant a gentle spirit. So if we can take all of these meanings and put them together, we have a gate that is guarded by a person with unusual wisdom, peace or perfection of the Lord, a servant that knows his place, his boundaries in the kingdom, and he guards that gate with a gentle spirit. And get this, and the Lord remembers them. Psalm says, "For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a door, a gatekeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. O Lord of hosts, blessed is the man that trusteth in thee." Now, if you haven't realized it by now, you and I are the gatekeepers. And it is our duty to guard and defend the gates and the city. And if we choose to accomplish these responsibilities set before us, to be trustworthy, committed, loyal, standing firm in our faith, dedicated to guarding our souls and the souls of our brothers and sisters, then we can receive our reward. When you listen to this promise in Psalms, it's easy to see why it's better to be a door, a gatekeeper in the house of God. Listen, lift up your heads, you gates. Rise up, ancient doors. Then the King of Glory will come in. Who is this King of Glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, you gates. Then the King of Glory will come in. Who is he? This King of Glory? He is the Lord of armies. He is the King of Glory. So lift up your heads, mamas and daddies. Lift up your heads, young people. Lift up your head, elders. The King of Glory is coming. He's coming to restore, to fulfill promises, to bring strength, to bring peace, to renew. Lift up your head so you can see him. Lift your head so his oil can wash over you and saturate your soul. And if you choose to do these requirements, then lift your heads, ye gates, because the King strong and mighty, he's coming. And when he comes, he will heal the brokenhearted. He will proclaim liberty to the captives and the recovering of sight to the blind. He will set at liberty them who are oppressed, depressed, stressed. He will heal those that are broken, hurting, sick, and maimed. But these promises are dependent on how well you and I maintain our gates. And I don't know about you, but to me, it's worth being the very best gatekeeper that I can be. So, fellow honey gatherers, please don't let this little bit of honey slip through your fingers, but cling to it. May it seep to the corners of your heart and solidify there. Thank you for allowing me to share a little bit of honey.